How's it going, YouTube? This is some of the sketchiest driving I've ever done in my entire life. I am in Oregon. The roads are destroyed. And I'm crawling down a mountainside. Fortunately, I am very light. I've only got about 7,000 pounds of lightweight material in the front of my trailer. I've got my snow chains on, 4 of my drive tires. I'm in manual mode, and I'm just gonna creeper on down here. I mean, because this is, on the one hand, this is just spectacularly beautiful winter wonderland I'm in. On the other hand, it is absolutely gut-wrenchingly, butt-clenchingly terrifying because road conditions are a guess. I've got powder down. I have no idea if this bridge is iced. I'm assuming it is. So I'm going to get my speed down around 10 or so miles an hour to cross it, and then I get to climb, which is going to be just super fun to deal with. If it's powder and it's thin, I'll be okay. If it's ice, it's not going to be fun. All right. Whew. Now the real question is, will I get enough speed and traction to climb? So far, so good. Based on his tire tracks, I might be able to get up a little bit faster speed here. Get up into 6th maybe. Or I'll get real lucky and it's just going to level out. But anyway, oh, this is an even more brave soul. Good Lord, son. You must be an expert driver on these roads. As you can tell, I don't do a whole lot of winter driving in a semi-truck, especially on the West Coast or in the western states. I tend to avoid it like the plague for a good reason. Yeah, it's an adventure, no question about it. And I have no trouble whatsoever just creeping and crawling my way through this region right now, because I'd rather get to my destination safely and have no time on my clock remaining than overcook it and wreck. There appears to be like some salt beet juice combination down underneath the snow and ice, which hopefully my tire chains are reaching. But blessedly there is enough traction for me to maintain forward progress. I'm up to 15 miles an hour now, man. It's amazing. But yeah, I'm just being overly cautious because I don't know these roads. I'm on Oregon, essentially county roads and back roads. Because I made the mistake of not heading out towards I-5 to turn south. Now I'm on an adventure. There's a nice, like, 1,000-foot sheer drop off to my right there. Good times. I can gear it up. There we go. Whew. Sketchy times, sketchy roads, sketchy driving, but a fantastic learning experience. Lesson number 1, if you don't have to drive, don't. Lesson number 2, always carry snow chains in the western states when the possibility of snow exists, which means October to May, essentially. Well, it's Colorado, but you might as well have them on your truck from October to May regardless, especially if you operate in California, Oregon, or Washington State. Because better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them. Lesson number 3, make utilization of your truck's manual mode if it has it, especially if you're an automatic transmission, and make sure that you're not letting your truck or transmission decide what gear it wants to be in, because maintaining control over your transmission will help you control your speed. It will also help reduce, in my opinion, and so far my experience, it will help reduce the risk of a sudden loss of traction in the event you're on slick roads and your truck decides it wants to downshift on you to take advantage of your engine brake. Like, for example, I'm doing 16 miles an hour. I am in 6th gear. I've got my engine brake set in the first position, and I'm just sort of pulsing that brake because I want to stay at or under 20 miles an hour on this downhill, even though I could probably go down this hill at 25, maybe 30 miles an hour. There's a curve up ahead, and what I do not want to do is lose traction on that curve, because again, I have no idea what the true road conditions are. I'm driving over powder, and I'm assuming that powder is over polished snow and ice, because being in Oregon, they don't believe in salt out here for the roads, unlike the Midwestern states, which rely heavily on salt for the winter seasons. So, bunch of fun for everyone, as it were. Got another straightaway coming up here. I think it's a climb, which is super annoying. Some of these roads, it's a wonder they're even allowed to be truck roads. But West Coast ideas, West Coast know-how, West Coast methodology, I suppose. I'm just bringing extraordinary Midwestern caution, I suppose, to the situation. Lesson number 4, I think it is. Hazard lights. Have your 4-way flashers on. People need to know you're crawling. They need to see you flashing a long way off, so they can get ready to go around you or slow down and tuck in behind you, whatever the case may be. But I tell you what, folks, this is some of the most beautiful winter scenery I've had the great pleasure as well as the great terror of driving through. I mean, this is out of movies right here. This is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, I wish that the roads were clear and I could be traveling, 35, 40, 45 without needing to have my chains on and being limited to about 30 miles an hour or less. In this case, I'm doing about 20 right now. So I could really feel more comfortable on this road as I'm going along. GPS is still trucking along nicely. I can see the map ahead of me. I've got some sketchiness coming up, probably a couple of inclines, probably a couple of declines, bit of switchback action here. And it would be really, 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 really nice if the snow would just let up and stop. That would just be aces. But no such luck. This morning before I got started, I was looking at the forecast and deciding, okay, do I want to gamble on this spotty snowfall? Or do I want to sit and wait, let it all blow over, let the roads get plowed, and then go? And I was looking at it, and it was just so much snow coming through. I was like, all right, if I don't move, I'm going to be stuck here probably through Saturday, and in the case of my current delivery, probably won't be able to deliver until Monday, which suboptimal to put it mildly. So I'm like, all right, snow's spotty. Let's see what the roads are like. Worst case scenario, I don't like it. I find a new place to park and shut her down, or I flip the UE somewhere safe, get turned around back to the truck stop I overnighted at, and just it out. The roads I was leaving on, okay, decent traction, kept low speed, decent traction though. And then I hit this road, the road before this one, and it's like, yeah, chains required beyond this point. All right, well, stopped, put my tire chains on. That took an hour because I have not done a tire chain install in well over a year. Or has it been just about a year? I think it's just been just about a year because I was in Colorado about this time last year, and I had to chain up to go to a molybdenum mine to pick up a load of molybdenum concentrate. I had to chain up to get up to the location, and I had to ride my chains down until I got to clear roads. There's a brave soul in a crossover. God be with you. So it's been just about a year. So, but because there's always a chance that I operate in winter conditions in the western states or the mountain states that need chains, I have 3 pair of chains, and I put all 3 of my chain kits in my baggage. Essentially, end of September, early October. I just keep them in the truck until March, April timeframe, just so I can have them. And in this case, it's paying off brilliantly. Because again, I've got 4 of my drive tires chained up. I really should have looked at what Oregon's chain pattern is before I chained up and just started rolling again, because I'm using what I believe is Colorado's chain pattern, which is the 4 outer tires have to be chained. I think Oregon is similar, but I honestly have no idea, and I should have checked. That's my mistake. But on the other hand, I have my differential lock. That's number 5. If you can lock your diff, lock your diff. But then keep your speed under 30 miles an hour, so you can roll it easy. So it was pretty funny. When I was going to the molybdenum mine, there was a GP Transco driver at the time, one of my colleagues, who had gone up there ahead of me. So he passed me on the way down. And I happened to reach him because we both had both of our loads at the same location. So I was talking with him the next morning. We're at the delivery location, and we were just trading notes. I was like, "Yeah, I think I saw you going up when I was going up the mine. I think I saw you coming down." He's like, "Oh yeah." I asked him, "Well, did you stop putting your chains on?" He said, "Oh no, I just locked my differential and ran." And I'm like, "Okay then. Well, your truck, your business, I guess." But he was also a company driver, so company truck, company trailer, company problem. As for me, I was running a GP Transco trailer at that time, so it would have been a company trailer problem if I had lost the trailer, had an issue. But the truck, of course, mine. And this is going to be one of those sketchy downgrades. Let me get her back down to 6. Get my speed brake down to about 14, 13 or so. And I'm just going to ease her down this hill, nice and gentle. Because I got a curve coming up here, and I do not want to enter that curve at speed of any sort. I want to ease into the curve. I want to ease through the curve, and then I want to exit the curve without my truck or trailer stepping out of its line of travel. I'm thanking God right now that all of my weight is to the front, so it's all of my drive tires. Trailer's in line. Just got an edge away from the snow plow a little bit here. He's dropping no de-icer, but otherwise, road conditions look okay. Once you get the plow on it, it's all right, but I think that's gonna be the plow coming around to do the return leg here. I've got a curve coming up at the bottom of this downgrade here. You hear me pulsing my engine brake, just kind of easing off as I go. Again, trying to do my very best to make sure I maintain control of the vehicle. Just ease her down and not have any issues with traction. into a higher rev situation. I want to keep the revs low. I'm at about 12.5 right now, or 1,250 on my rev counter, RPMs, tack up, or whatever you want to call it. Just easing her down the hill. Because while this is really powdery snow, once again, I have no idea what the pavement conditions are underneath. I have to assume it's basically just essentially a sheet of ice. I do not want to lose traction right here because that'll basically be the end. Well, not really. I'll survive. I could probably survive too, but it's going to be a real pain to deal with that situation. So just want to make sure I do whatever I can to keep control, keep my speed low, keep an eye on my trailer, make sure she's staying in line, go into the next curve here, keeping my speed real low. Thankfully, no one is behind me, so there's no one I'm holding up right now, which is good news. There's a brave soul in the sedan. Good luck to you. Got a nasty downgrade coming up here in a little bit, which I am not at all excited about. Alright, but I got down that one. Get back up into 6. Stay in 6 for this one. Feels like a gentle slope here. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, we're looking okay. Looking okay. I can run this in 6. Just keep it down around 18 or so, 17, 16. Real light on the throttle. Yeah, we're doing okay. That one's going to be a bit more slow. Let's get my speed down. We'll get downshifted. There we go. The truck's doing a bit of shake, rattle, and roll right now because that's the tire chains vibrating everything. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a snug curve. All right. Definitely want to be down around 10 for this one. Just ease around. Slow and steady wins the race. Helps you arrive alive. Oh yeah, this is a nasty one right here. Look at this switchback. Woo! Actually gotta get her down into 4. And just carefully navigate this one. This is like a racetrack. Who in their right mind lets trucks run on this road? I wouldn't be surprised if at some point behind me they were closing this road to trucks headed westbound. Yeah, you can call me a chicken all you want. You can say I'm way too nervous for my own good. I don't care. There's 5th. giving me comfort is that, you know, those 4 trucks or whatever it was that passed me earlier, they made it up the hill. So if they can make it up, I can make it down. And then at 4 here, just ease her down. Stupid Wi-Fi hotspot keeps screaming at me. It's like, can't figure out what it wants to do with itself. If I'm reading the terrain correctly, it looks like I'm going to be coming into the valley here, whatever valley it is, and in theory, I might be through the worst of it here once I get down this next, what looks to be a pretty sharp downgrade. But yeah, I cannot wait to get down the bottom of this hill, side of this mountain, whatever the heck you want to call it. Get onto some flat terrain. Get these chains off, drive on some plowed roads, hopefully. That stupid Wi-Fi hotspot. I should have turned it off, but it's in a loop snarl trying to update or do God knows whatever. It should shut itself off and be quiet. There is no one behind me. I am alone traveling this course, which I am heartily thankful for, because I would hate to have anyone stuck behind me right now as I'm creeping and crawling down the side of this mountain. It might as well be a mountain or mountain range or whatever it is. Yeah, here we go. We got this one curve, we got the sharp downgrade, then I turn back, and then I should be in the flat. Or at least much more easy to navigate terrain. For those of you who are watching all this way so far, as we're 25 minutes in almost, thank you so much for sticking around this long. I do appreciate it. I hope if you are a trucker who is thin on winter experience, maybe what I'm doing is helpful to you. Maybe it's not, I don't know. If you are a driver who does have winter experience, in the mountains at the very least, you know, let me know in the comments. How do you think I did? Do you think I did it wrong? I mean, obviously we could be like, well, you shouldn't have been driving in the first place because, you know, the roads are blah, 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 blah. Yeah, obviously we can Monday morning quarterback this all we want. Down to 4 here. This switchback is nasty looking. But still, let me know in the comments what you think of my performance. 10 miles an hour as we come down this switchback here. Visibility about to become poor because of wind blowing snow off these trees. Another reason to keep it nice and slow. Trailers in line. This is like a speedway because this road is actually, it's got a bank to it, which is kind of fun, but also it's really concerning because I'm worried it might push my trailer tandems out of alignment and cause it to start sliding. But fortunately, that is not what's happening. All right, let's get her up a gear. There we go. Trailer's holding up nicely. All right, I should be coming onto the straightaway here. One last downgrade, then I'm in the straight. And hopefully in the flat. Becky's Restaurant, open. If they had a truck park, I'd be real tempted to stop, honestly. I'm in 5, okay. Tier 6. Oh. Well, let me go to 6, okay. Now let me go to 6. Straightaway at long last. And that'll do it for now, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you down the road. In this case, quite literally.